Hello, and so glad that you're here. My name is Jim Lee. If you would take a look around at what's going on our planet, it looks like everything is in breakdown. And depending upon your point of view, it can look like all hell is breaking loose. It could look like and feel like everything is in disarray and chaos as we go through this breakdown experience. But there's another view. There's another way of looking at it. There's another way coming from a different vibration than this current paradigm in the way that we're thinking. And this view looks at, oh, wow, this is a fantastic time to be alive. No, I'm not being crazy. What I'm really saying is, anytime you're having a breakdown, it's ushering in a breakthrough. The breakdown, depending upon how you see it, how you view it, how you interpret it, how you relate to it, will maximize your ability to get through it, and not only get through it, but to experience what it is designed to be. A breakdown really is ushering in a new emergence. In fact, that's the title of my talk today that I'd like to share with you. It's entitled Birthing the New Human as the Face of Evolving Love on the Planet. Birthing, giving birth to a new human. What we're saying is there's a next evolution now that's taking place that the breakdown is calling to, saying, come on in, and is inviting us to be a new human as the face of the foundation of all of this is love. Now, let me break this down step by step, unpack it. First thing I want to take a look at is this word called birthing. And what we mean by birthing is something that is happening all around. I want to read something from the Science Journal from January the 31st, and it goes like this. The composition of the universe, the elements that are the building blocks for every bit of matter, is ever changing and ever evolving thanks to the lives and deaths of stars. So if you take a look at the universe, it's not the same as it was yesterday, and especially 1,000 years ago. There are the constant evolution now of the universe reconfiguring itself and looking different. It is forever changes. As the stars die, there's something new emerging. There's a new star giving birth. And also, the universe is expanding and growing. And in fact, it's accelerating. And since we're in tune with the universe, because we are the universe, we're one with the universe, we are ever changing and evolving as well. As a matter of fact, it looks like time is actually speeding up because the universe is accelerating even faster. And so now that's what we mean by birthing. It is in harmony with the ever changing and evolving of the universe. Now we go to, what are we birthing? It's a new human. What do we mean by this? It's a human being that is awake and aware. Some people may even say woke, but I won't go there. That gets into some political stuff. Let's just say a human being that is awake and aware of who they are. And this new human is one that is willing to take a look at their belief systems, and if they don't fit, to let them go. Now, let me talk about belief systems. First of all, I call them really BS. That is what we think, feel, attitudes, concepts that we have used to get us where we are today. Our belief systems have been great. And a lot of them are spiritual principles that we believe in and thought so far. Been great. But now this new human is stepping into another way of being. Some people would say the current paradigm of a human being is we have a thought of being separate, that we're caught up into lack and limitation, and sometimes it shows up as fear. And how we deal with life, I would call it a zero-sum game. And with that experience, we interpret life a certain kind of way that reflects lack, limitation, and reflects back to us this fear. Now, this other way, I call it the new human. As right now we're birthing the new human, it is one of love and compassion. And this new human looks at things as wholeness. It looks at things as in harmony and balance. It looks at everything from a point of view that is in alignment with what is emerging. And what is emerging? The new human on the planet is the face of evolving love. Let's feel into that. And I would like to give you a Rumi quote, as, of course, Rumi always expresses things beautifully. And he says this: "Listen, my love. Illumination is eternal. Now is always evolving." There we go again. Always evolving. "As there are billions of stars, there are billions of souls, billions of ways to know love." And so now, this evolving, expanding new human is now incorporating love. That's the foundational principle I want to leave you with today. Love is the key. Now, it's a certain kind of love, and I call it love in 3 flavors. First of all, there is unconditional love. This love of the new human is so unconditional that you don't have to do anything to earn it. It's not about how good you've been, how bad you've been, or do you deserve it. It's unconditional. And the first thing that we do as a new human is we apply it to ourselves. So we're going to unconditionally love ourselves. There's no spot in us, no thoughts that we can have that we will not wrap it in this unconditional love. Now, this other form of love is called compassion. What I mean by that? So the first thing we're going to do is have compassion for ourselves. Be kind to ourselves. Be gentle to ourselves. It is just like most of us would have compassion for a toddler just trying to walk. And if the toddler falls down, we're not going to get upset and be angry with the toddler forever. We'll have compassion and gently lift them up and gently love them and allow them to go on. Well, that's what we're going to do for ourselves. And then the other flavor is forgiveness. Forgiveness. Sometimes it's easier for me to forgive somebody else than it is to forgive myself. I can be really hard on myself. This comes from my old belief system. So I call them the BS that I was ingrained with, that was steeped in guilt, shame, and blame. Well, that's not serving me anymore. It's like an albatross around my neck. I'm willing to let that go and instead, forgive myself. Even forgive myself for judging myself. This is all aspects of love. And I call it the 3 flavors of love. And then once we're able to do that for ourselves, this new human, then is able to share it with other people because you have it yourself. And it reminds me of this song by my beloved friend, Ricky Byers. And it's something like, you know what? I love myself so much that I can love you so much that you can love you so much. And then you can start loving me. Now just feel that. That's what happens when we first incorporate it into ourselves, and then what will emerge is this new human. Now this new human is steeped in what I call this loving principle. And look, to be honest, love is supreme in life and in this universe. I'm inviting you now to trust love like you've never trusted it before. We're able to do this and embrace love because love is the key to guiding us through to this new paradigm, to being this new human. And I call it the potency of love because love is victorious. In fact, love is undefeated. The key is where we're going to place it. I'm inviting us to latch hold of love and let it flow through us so that there is no spot where we do not give this loving attention to. Everything now is manifesting with and through love. With this vibration that we're tapping into lifts us up above the three-dimensional separation, opposition, polarization. Love embraces it all, gives another dynamic way of being with everything that goes on, so that then we can not only relate to it, but engage in it differently. Our actions now will be consistent with the loving vibration that will bring about the right solution versus the actions that are actually opposing what's going on. Now, once we oppose what's going on, we're now out of step with what's really happening because we don't see that there's only one game that's happening. Everything is a manifestation of love. Even the pain and the suffering, every violent act, as the Course in Miracles say, is a call for love. So our response now is that. So once we do this, I want you to know that the new human is an unstoppable force of love once we align with it, because nobody can defeat love. Next thing, this new human knows that there is no such thing as an immovable object or an impossible object outside of love. There's no such thing. This new human, I would say, is the author of the impossible. So let's breathe that in today, because that's what's really being called forth from us. Our true magnificence. How do we get there? It's simple, but it's kind of hard. We've got to surrender to love. And what I mean by surrender to love, every moment of every day, we surrender to love, open ourselves to acting out of love. What I'm saying is, we're going to let love homeschool us and guide us with the right curriculum, using the instrument of love, which is inherently in us. We don't have to go to school for this. We don't have to fill out an application for this. All we need to do is open up our hearts, but also open up everything to love. Now, I like one of the spiritual teachers that I like. His name is Matt Kahn, and he has this book and it's entitled, Whatever Arises, Love That. Well, that's what this new human is doing. Starting off loving every part of themselves. And, if you get angry at yourself, we'll take a look at that and love whatever arises, because what you're going to do is trace what that upset is coming from and love that, because it is a cry for love within you. A lot of times, especially me, I do it a lot. What I will do is shoot the messenger. I get angry and upset at the messages that I'm getting. It's like if we have a pain in our body, it's an indication that something needs attention. So the intention that we're giving it is this thing called love. So I'm inviting you to do this. Just take a moment now and think about this. What in your life would you like to manifest as this new human? So a lot of people take a look at abundance and prosperity. Some people look at relationships. Some people want wisdom and divine order. Some people want peace of mind. And whatever it may be for you, I'm inviting you just to write it down. And once you do, say this affirmation: I am the face of evolving love on the planet. Surrender to love. In other words, we're going to allow it to guide us. If you get angry, upset, perturbed by life, by anything that goes on, accept it, because it's there for a reason. Breathe into it, and then as you do, love it, and then it will guide you in such a way that something magnificent will happen in the face of loving it. Oh, I know this is different. This is new, but it's potent. I'm with you. The spiritual community here is with you, called Unity of Las Vegas. And once you tune into this vibration, we become a connective Hotline unit, a vibration of frequency, that we are supporting each other on this spiritual journey called a new human. All we need is a group of people willing to surrender to love, be guided by love, directed by love, be led by love. And when that happens together, we can give birth to a new human as the face of evolving love on this planet that will transform everything. God bless you. What a fantastic time it is to be alive.